Okay, it's a new morning. And I'm just going to smoke and have coffee and think about this and remind myself where on earth I am, because this has been put together too quickly. I can't really remember. I mean, you know, this is incompetent coding, so I hardly really... I'm very aware when I'm doing all this code that I don't really do very much programming, and I always do it just for myself, so it's always... there's no discipline to it. It's not very robust. I'm just hoping it's all going to work based on stuff like it having worked before. We'll see. And having been put together in a day yesterday, it'll take a while to settle in. The GUI code that I worked on in the previous project, in the recursor editor, is code that was put together, the majority of it was put together in about a week and a half. And I look at that code and a lot of it's pretty mysterious. So I'm guessing that this may be similar. With the GUI and this, both are similar to other things I've written before, so it's not just, I'm not coming up with this off the top of my head by any means. But also, I realise that this is just the way I've got used to thinking about this structure, and I've no real idea how other people do it. This probably looks really stupid. And it probably is. It's just I know that something like this can work, so bugger it. Okay. I'm going to smoke and think. Draw. To draw the actual viewport into the actual canvas. Which brings me to what? Sys sprite shader. This. I need to know what the actual canvas is, so I'm going to clear up around here. I can open these things again. Canvas I'll keep, math can go. Managed objects I will keep and try and remember it's not really part of this. Okay, and this is going to be called I hate that. It's going to be called sys. And this is a thing I've never really settled on. I've made small programs which have which make complete instances for everything, and programs which just keep a bunch of globals and constants in here, more or less. Maybe a separate piece of source, but use a lot of globals and constants. And this halfway house where I use what I guess might be called an instance class or something. I don't know. The main thing is that it's where I'm going to store stuff used by everything. And I think probably at this moment I'll maybe just do this. Import code. I'm half asleep. Sys. And sys can come right up here. What I might also do is take this and put it in here. What? framework. I'm not coming up with fancy names. I'm not planning on making this into... okay, this... this... shimmy. Okay. I forget about namespaces. We can't find shader, can it? Yeah. No, can it? This double click to select build file is disconcerting. I just double clicked on that and it got this purple underline, I think, and the plus. That indicates that this is the actual build file, which is how it's determining which bits of code are included and therefore whether or not a shader exists. Anyway, now, what other sort of things are required? And does that need to be global? Yeah, this is basically how I'm going to do it. These things are going to be global. So that I just access sys.canvas. Yeah, we'll just call it canvas. And that's something. What on earth else? I guess I will have a function which is initial init. And into that function, what do I pass? I guess I pass a width and a height. Is one thing. Width float equals, and I will give it some. Actually, I'll give it. No, I'll give it some defaults. And those defaults will be what? I can never think of something good. Like, I always want round numbers, and I want it to be approximately a mobile phone screen size, and I'm so ignorant that I don't really know good things for that. So, I'm going to make it, for now, 1600 by 900. Oops. Comma, height float equals 900. And that'll do for now, because all I'm doing just now is saying canvas equals new canvas WH. Problem? No. Right. And in here, I say sys init. And for the time being, it'll just pass what? Actually, I think that although I've got those defaults for now, I will just. What am I doing actually? That doesn't make sense. I guess maybe it does. That is... I've forgotten. I've just totally forgotten this. Like, why? Okay. My brain. My poor, poor brain. Let's see. I've totally forgotten. Okay, this is embarrassing. Basically, I'm going to forget about it just now. I'm going to look it up. What have I even forgotten? I've forgotten what on earth this is doing. It's opening this window, obviously, this size, centered. I'm just going to open up Documents, Code, Editor, Main, width, height. Right. And width, height are components of window. I guess I'll have bounds as well. But yeah, okay, fine. Width, height. And I'll just have that in bounds. Equals new rect I width height. Okay. I'm going to keep that open because in my brain I've just forgotten. Look, I'm doing something kind of like this. I send the canvas in there. Weird. Maybe there's some sense to that. Anyway. Problem. Okay. What did I do there? Yeah, okay. No, I don't need those because it's a rect integer. Okay, so makes the canvas, and just out of curiosity, what on earth happens then? On update. It's a palaver I don't have to think about. App. On, then it does the logic. Then it renders all the viewports. Then it goes canvas begin render, CLS color, do the things, end render. Right, I am going to nab this and put it back into where I took it away. That is something that is going to happen. I'm going to just leave it right there. This is all going to happen. M-object draw is not going to happen. M-object, in fact, none of these things are going to happen. What is going to happen is a viewport. Draw all. Oh, my precious Gprint. I'm going to have to get something like that on the go. I do forget, although I suppose now that I'm using Mojo more in a more standard way, I can just use the text. I'm missing something here. I can just use Mojo's text. I'm sure it's like anyway. What do I need here? Render all canvas. Right, canvas doesn't exist. What I need is what I need is sys.canvas. I'm just wondering if this is making myself a problem, but stock canvas begin render CLS color sys dot that, and here I have sys dot bounds UFI matrix sys canvas clear CLS color, right? Sys CLS color. And once again, I'm just going to trust the monkey colors. There's no reason not to. The only reason I was using my own colors was because I had all that old code. And seeing as I'm just starting afresh and making it lean. What am I thinking? Stop wittering. Right, viewport render all and viewport draw all. graphic needs to change its name. It's got too much stuff in it. In fact, viewport is going to move to sys right now. Viewport and display set and max layers all going to sys. And my little Lisp is going to be very annoyed to hear me say sys, 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 sys. Sys. Anyway. Okay. Graphic is more modest again, and sys has grown. So, inside viewport we have these methods, but now we also want functions. Renderall and draw. And this is for local viewport equals each in list and draw. Oops, not right draw. Actually, what is it? It's update, doesn't it? Is it viewport draw all render all? Where's my yeah? There it is, update. Okay, I realize why it's not working. Update. For local viewport equals each in list draw. Okay. I think that should be alright now, thank you. And this needs to be update all. Now, draw. Draw is going to be known to occur within the syscanvas begin end render block, whatever that means. So so what that means is a horrible, horrible thing. What's the easiest way to do this? It's just to use it's just to use, not even use my own position matrix. I don't really need to. I think I just need to say sys canvas. What are my canvas commands? Clear matrix. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. Then sys canvas. And I'm gonna get. I've done so many. Well, now this is gonna be, I think, my third little set of matrix transformations, and I'm just gonna get it wrong again. Every single one of these I'm gonna have to repair. I'm sure of it. Anyway, translate x position, comma y position, sys canvas rotate angle, sys canvas scale, x scale, comma y scale. I am so sure this is wrong. Then draw a sys canvas draw image. Now I get a lot of options. And I think if I just do an X and a Y, it is drawn entirely with, let me just, I'm pretty sure that if I do draw image with just X and Y, draws an image, current, yeah, color, blend and matrix, X coordinate to draw image at, Y coordinate to draw image at. Now I'm going to assume that the images are centered around the center, and that's what, yeah, I mean, yeah. We'll soon see. What image am I drawing? I'm drawing just the image, and I think I'm actually drawing it at 0.0.0.0 because I'm relying entirely on my canvas matrix transformation. I think this is guesswork basically, and that's it, is it? Because the image is the decided size, I believe that that is it. I can hardly believe that that is it. I'll be back to this. I'll be back to go, I'm a fool. Okay. So what on earth else do I need to do? Apart from the millions of things that aren't in my brain at this moment. I need to make a graphic. A simple graphic is a sprite. Most things are going to be sprites. A sprite is just, you know, it's just a rotated, scaled, positioned. I don't know. Everyone knows what a sprite is. There's a million ways to describe it, and I'm not going to bother. Why am I even trying? But the main thing is it's basically a quad. This sprite is going to be just use that draw image command I just used, which means that it's a quad aligned to the axis and rectangular, yeah. Which is kind of the only safe way to draw them in my experience. Although, like I did say before, I'm sure there are ways around that if I was clever. But also, that doesn't mean I like being able to draw quads in any shape, but thinking about it again more, thinking about the fact that I'm moving back to standard Mojo, I was thinking about it again, and it looks like that draw primitives command is the thing that I could use to basically draw all the things I was drawing before, and it would almost certainly be completely fine, and I shouldn't worry about it. So, anyway, I'm wittering. Where am I now? I'm trying to think about what my sprite actually requires. A lot of information about the graphic is right there. And what can can I say about it? It's got the position, angle, scale, layer, draw set, all, and position in the hierarchy, all stuck in there. So all that really needs to exist outside of it is not much, hopefully. Global image. I'm going to be so incredibly lazy about my resources. No good programmer will do what I'm going to do. Global image. Draw. Alright, okay. I suddenly realise I probably have to pass a canvas. I didn't really think about that. Yeah, okay. Canvas. Draw. C. Canvas. C. Canvas. If not, C. Return. And C. Draw image. Right. Image, comma, off X, comma, off Y. I do need other things. Global. No, not global. This is not global, that's a field. Maybe I should call it handle X float, comma, handle Y float. And maybe that I should end up making that negative in a way, but that's not what I'm gonna do. Method new and should I allow the creation of an empty image? Well, that is the question. Yes. Excuse me, touching my mic. My phone just made a sound, and I'm going to be getting pestered to go somewhere. Anyway, distractions be damned, that's nearly half an hour. This is going okay, I think. Apart from all the mistakes I don't know I've just made. It's going great. Yes, I do allow the creation of a sprite with an empty image, but my system has to have it built into it. Or it's going to have it. This is just the way I'm going to do it. The more I do this, the more I realise it's like I'm saying these things as if I know what I'm talking about. I have no idea. The way I'm going to do it is I'm just going to stick inside system. Some things are just going to be loaded. One of which is going to be a texture which has I've just realised I want a subset of an image. I definitely want to be able to use image banks. Okay, no, this is going to take a little bit. Sorry, there's just a step I totally forgot about. I definitely need image banks. So I'm going to have a little think about that. It's nearly half an hour now anyway, so the image, an image bank or an image atlas or whatever, there's functionality for that built into Monkey to some extent, I'm pretty sure. Forget exactly how it's done, and certainly in my larger code that's what I'm doing all over the place, so it won't be, it's not that it's complicated, I'll just have to decide how trim down a version of making an image bank access thing I can make. For now, that's fine. The immediate, basically that will be the immediate next thing I do, because to get to the end of what I was saying, something that will be loaded up as part of initializing sys is a default texture that will contain within it a font, a white square, a white circle, maybe a red X, a handful of things that will just be used. If you want to draw a square or a small circle, those will be graphics objects which will draw from that texture, and if you want to draw a default font, it can be drawn from that texture. If I get around to making a font type graphic, which I might not, I might just use modules. So, implementing that default texture that will be loaded up as part of the sys means doing the atlas thing. Being able to say this sprite draws from this particular part of a larger texture. Mojo's internal jiggery pokery will determine that state changes aren't made when they're not required, even though I'm calling lots of draw images, as long as it tracks what texture is currently bound, basically. I'm wittering. So yeah, texture at